think we are ready to go. Game 1 about to begin here, or is beginning right now. So let's get things started. In the blue, Team Rocket, Kid, Doomsy, Cole. On the orange side, Ecop, Spoderman, and Taruli. And already, Team Rocket out of the gate, first goal. Let's watch this again. This is good stuff. Kid puts it away. Beastly. Right off the bat. Okay, time for kickoff here. Forgive any kind of really weird moves on the camera here. I'm just trying to get used to kind of the live setup of everything, but alright, pressure is on for team centering. Team Rocket, a very formidable opponent. Doomsy with another big shot. Oh, hits the crossbar. Ah, that evil crossbar. The best defender in all of Rocket League. Oh, and Doomsy gonna put it low, but can't get it in the corner. They're gonna have to fall back a little bit here. Fisho stops the attack, gets that ball back in the orange side, centers it very nicely. Doomsy takes to the sky. Cole tries to get it, but they cannot make a play. Oh, but Doomsy in a good spot. That's going to trickle in, and Doomsy scores for goal number 2. Let's watch this again. Let's get a nice close look. I don't think centering, a little unaware on the defensive side. They're falling out of position. They've got to have somebody there constantly. You know, one of the key things when you're trying to play defense in this game is if you don't have somebody who's going to constantly be playing goalie, I mean, you should anyway. Oh, Doomsy nearly with another goal there. They cannot get it in the net, just hits off the side. They're really leaving themselves exposed. Finally, Spoderman getting in a little bit of position here. There's Taruli trying to fall back to kind of give him a little bit of support, but he may have just been passing through. A good stop, however. But they're leaving their net wide open. You know, I think Team Rocket is kind of gauging this opponent a little bit, so they're playing a little bit of the same right now, which is fine. But one of the things that they were guilty of in the PC Needs Love finals was letting their opponents dictate the pace a little bit. Fisho tries to get the setup. This could be the first goal for, oh my, what a near goal there, centering, nearly getting the first point on the day. But so far, so good for Team Rocket, holding on to this 2-goal lead. Yep, as you can see, Fisho and Doomsy kind of holding back, gauging the position. There's Cole falling back into a goalie position. Very nice save. Stops that attack. Fisho tries to get the clear. Very good. It might have been a little bit of an own clear there, but I did see Cole up there. Doomsy going to try to center it up. Cannot make contact with it. Ball's moving back toward the blue side. I think they're kind of easing up a little bit as far as like the abrupt pressure. They're playing a little bit conservatively, just playing kind of smart defensive stuff. All three, actually, I say that, and then all of a sudden all three go a little bit aggressive. There's Cole with the big goal. Let's watch this one again. Let's get in nice and tight here. Let's get in the net, huh? Let's hop in. Let's watch. I'm right here. Yeah. Cole puts it away. Very nice. All right. Back to the kickoff. I think this could be a very decisive win for Team Rocket. Cole not paying attention. It's all good. Because at least Fisho and Doomsy are. Another good centering setup for centering, appropriately stated. Cole back with us. Spoderman trying to play a little bit of defense there. Another fairly good center, and Cole picks it up. Tabuli could not make the defensive attack. Let's get in another look at this. I want to show this defensive move here. Tabuli tries to come in to get contact on it, but Cole beats him to the punch and nails it. 4-0 with a minute and a half to go. This game is pretty much decisively in Team Rocket's pocket. They're in pretty good shape here. Fisho gets the 5th goal. Very nice. Let's get a little bit of a different perspective on this. It gets set up, goes off high for a lovely little center, which Faisho just nudges into the net. It's looking good for Team Rocket. Early goings, not a lot of big surprises here. This is kind of what we expected, especially in the early goings. At least what I personally expected. I don't know if anybody else was shocked or surprised by what they'll see here. Doomsy. Oh, Teruli, excuse me. Teruli? Oh, no, Tabuli. Yeah, what I'm talking about. Tabuli tries to get the save, but could not make it happen. That's not really that person's fault, you know. It was going to go in, so you got to make a play on it sometimes. And if your timing is just off, there's just no way you're going to be able to do anything with it. So, no fault there. But so far, Team Rocket coming out in this tournament in dominating fashion. The first game in this series of 5. Sorry about the wall there. See, now they're playing defensively. It's a little late to be playing this kind of defensively, but, you know, Faisho with another goal. So I think the big thing I'm seeing here from centering is, I don't know if it's a lack of communication on their side, or just really a lack of positioning. You know, having those key positioning skills is really important to making sure that you're able to respond to a lot of these plays. And Team Rocket is just too good at forcing plays to happen and putting pressure on the ball and putting you in a bad spot if you're playing against them. You know? So you've got to be in a good spot to react or be proactively in a good spot. So, no, it is Teruli. What is with me today, man? I'm sorry, it's fairly early for me. I am in America, I am in the East Coast. So, Cole with lucky number 8. Gonna wrap things up here. So an 8-0 victory is what it looks like here for Team Rocket in this first game. And we'll see how the kickoff goes. But that is going to wrap it. So there you go. Team Rocket with the first victory of this tournament and of this matchup. So let's head straight in. Get into spectate mode. Let's get into a nice little spot here. We are ready for game 2. I'm ready for game 2. I hope you are. If you're watching, Team Rocket centering. Game 2 kicking off now. Team Rocket up 1-0 on this series in this best of 5. 2 more wins, and they're moving on. Oh, already huge opening goal for centering. Look at this. Doomsy misses the clear, or the clear is blocked, excuse me, by Spoderman. And they're able to put it away. So now Team Rocket, they know what to expect. Oh, and they respond in kind. That was huge. Let's take another look at this one. Comes off of the kickoff. And Doomsy making up for his mistimed presence there. And Teruli cannot react. You know, I think something like that, it's easy to get caught off guard. But if you're going to play goaltender, you really got to be ready to be responsive to that sort of stuff. You know, you do have a lot more reaction time than usual in a position like that. Cole gets number 2. I think Team Rocket got a little bit of a wake-up call with that really early goal. And now they're just going to start establishing some dominance here. That may be the case, or centering could come back and really shock us, you know? I don't want to come off like this is not a good team. I can't say that I'm utterly familiar with the team centering. This is my first time casting one of their games. First time seeing one of their games, but that's okay. There's hundreds of teams in this tournament, or over 100 teams. Oh, that could be a trickle in Team Rockets, now that was some really nice play. I want to get a good look at this. So not only was the setup pretty nice, but look at how Team Rocket just aggressively forces Taruli out of a defensive position in order to get that goal. That was really nicely done. So there's the kickoff. Team Rocket up 3-1 in this game. That one goal that they gave up early, the only goal they've given up in this tournament so far out of 2 games. But hey, you know, sometimes stats sound better when you don't give context. I think that's something we've learned today. Nice little center attempt there, but they do make a defensive play on it. Doomsey takes to the sky. Spoderman. Huge stop. Oh, but Doomsey follows up off of Cole's attempt. Rebounds off the post there. Let's take another look at this. So Spoderman, big stop. Cole tries to follow up. It hits the post, and Doomsey says, I got it, and nudges the ball in. So Team Rocket looking typically great so far. I mean, these early rounds are typically when you're going to start filtering out teams that maybe aren't tournament ready. Not a real slam to centering or anything like that, you know, but they're going up against one of the top teams in Europe. So if you're not also one of the top teams in Europe, you're going to have a bit of a hard time. Or really one of the top teams anywhere, let's be honest. I mean, this is a European tournament, but anybody can participate. Cole, goal number 5. So we'll get a good look at this. But yeah, I mean, just because Team Rocket doesn't have a boatload of tournament victories under their belt, like, say, Cosmic Aftershock or something like that, doesn't take away from the skill of this team. You know, they get very close. They advance very far in these tournaments. And it's a number of factors that can sometimes cause issues. But they are still a very formidable team, as we've seen here. You know, there's a lot of skills that Team Rocket has. A good stop there by Taruli to clear the ball out before Team Rocket can make another play on it. That shot's moving in. It was a little off point, but Cole still clears it away off of center. One thing that I have noticed that Team Rocket was doing, at least in the previous tournament, I haven't seen it so much in this game, so they may have made some of those changes to really address that, is sometimes they get a little overzealous on the clears, and instead of trying to quiet the ball down and make a smart clear, they're just being a little aggressive with getting the ball out, and sometimes they end up centering it for their opponent, which does not help them at all. Let's put it that way. But so far I haven't seen it so much in this tournament. Slightly aggressive, but sometimes that can also be a matter of nerves and a matter of just, you know, the pressure. I saw that a lot in the finals of the last tournament they were in. Oh, Cole narrowly tries to make that goal in there. Unfortunately, he's a little off-kilter with that follow-through. Goes off of the side post. Doomsey with another follow-up there. They are just the best defensive player in this game right now. The defensive MVP is going to go to the sidebar of the goal. Doomsey, goal number 6. Great little setup. Let's take another look at this goal here. So Faisho gets the setup there. Cole with another follow-up, and Doomsey comes in hard to get them goal number 6. Oh, a little bit of heat now. I think the fact that Team Rocket is winning this game in such dominating fashion is leaving a bad taste in some of these folks' mouth. So Cole says, okay, we won't emote anymore. We'll just score again. So it looks like Game 2 is in pretty much convincingly being won by Team Rocket here. But the salt is beginning to pour. Cole again. And Team Rocket says, you know what, we'll do both. We'll score goals and we'll emote. That was actually a very nice setup there. You know, regardless of the blowout size of the victory here, they really are doing well at their play. And, you know, that's something that Team Rocket is good at doing, is even though, you know, these games are... Clearly, it's a little lopsided. Let's be honest. You know, it's a little bit of a lopsided sort of game here. But they're using it to get some of that fundamental stuff down for when they get into, you know, a little further on. Doomsy, goal number 9. Are we going to hit double digits? I think we will. We've got over a minute to go. I think double digits is certainly on the table. But, yeah, you know, they're not playing to... They're not changing their gameplay. You know? I get it. It's a very dominating, lopsided game. But they're still playing with people in defense. They're still setting up shots. They're still doing what they have to do in order to make plays happen. A little bit of a lag spike there. But they're doing stuff smart, you know? Oh, it was a really good center, but there was nobody there to make a play on it. But, like I was saying, they keep the same strategy in on these games. They set up, they back somebody into midfield, they follow up hard on really good centers. Sometimes their timing is there, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's a little bit off, and a backflip ends up sending the ball to the side. But hey, it's all good. Another good center. Doomsy gets another goal. 10. We are in double digits, folks. Let's catch this one again. So Fisho sets it up high. Doomsy comes off with a little bit of an undercarriage hit to put it right on net. But that's how they're going to play this whole tournament, you know? They're not going to change their habit just because they're winning so dominating. It's a matter of being consistent. You know, you slow down, you start... I'm sure that mentally they're much more relaxed. They're keeping in communication, but they're just having a little bit of fun now. They're trying to experiment, probably. You know? Maybe see if they can get some other plays to work, because even if their defense falls down, it's not a huge deal. But they take game 2 fairly convincingly, and I say fairly tongue-in-cheek, extremely convincingly, 10-1. So that puts them 2-0 up in this early round game. One more win, and they will move on to the next round, which I believe is the round of 128. So, just making sure everybody joins. I don't like starting my end until they start joining teams, because I don't want to trigger anything. But, yeah, we are one game away. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, we're good. All right. Getting in. Spectate time. Game 3 underway. Let's get this done. Once again, I think actually a little bit of a switch off on the team colors. Blue side. Oh, wait, I think Cole... Yeah, Cole is down. So, yeah, this is going to be a restart. Well, I'm going to actually... I think we're going to see what happens here. Cole was not in when the game started. Doomsy did not react to that goal attempt. We'll see if they want to continue or if they want to restart. So far, the game's going to keep going. So, looks like they're just going to allow that. Fair enough. Change to the colors by the squads here. Team centering is now in blue. Team Rocket in orange. So they let that first goal in. Can't really give a lot of credit to centering on that. I think there was a bit of early confusion, but hey, still, no ill feelings here. That's good on them. Get that early goal away. Team Rocket follows up right away. So now, let's see if centering can avoid elimination here. Oh, they can't with plays like that. Oh, see, that right there, an example of a little bit of lack of communication. A little bit of overzealousness on the part of team centering. That would have been a goal. They would have had that lead there, I think. But two players came in hard on the same team, caused a bit of confusion. Team Rocket responded, got the goal. So, looking good for Team Rocket. Little bit of an exchange there. But yeah, like I said, Team Rocket looking really good here. Doomsy, very nice. So let's take a look at this one. I think it was just an error on the defensive clear here. Spoderman, no, Ecop, I'm sorry, tries to get the clear, but he's a little bit off point. And that allows Doomsy to just get the right angle, make the right strike, and go for it. So, kickoff again. Fisho knocks it downfield, tries to get his own follow-up. Can't do it. Oh, not the best defensive stop there, but fortunately Taruli was able to get on the right side of the ball, and they are moving it back downfield. So, I think this team centering, they've got, I mean, it looks like they got a pretty decent unit. I think communication is going to be key here. Fisho, oh, what an amazing stop. Doomsy basically centered that shot for their opponents, but he's also able to make his own save. Redemption is the name of the game here. Oh, and a good clear there by Taruli. Gets ahead of it before Cole can get a hand on it. But Doomsy centers it. No, he scores. Pardon me. That's not just a center, that's a goal. Let's take a look at this one. High off the wall. I mean, he does actually put it good on center, but gets the right angle and is able to put it away. So 4-1, 3 minutes to spare. This could be the deciding game. It probably will be. It certainly feels like it. But we are still early. Plenty of time. Spoderman with an attempt on goal. But nobody there to really follow it up with. Taruli tries setting it up high, but leaves himself a little bit exposed. Leaves their net exposed. And that looks like Fisho is going to make the setup. Cole follows it up 5-0. So once again, this looks like a Team Rocket affair that will be pretty well dominated. All three of these games have been pretty much in the pocket of Team Rocket. So, which I guess is to be expected from some of these early round matchups. Like I've said, they are one of the best teams in Europe, so if you are not also one of the best teams in Rocket League, period, Europe, NA, doesn't matter, it's going to be hard to give them some really solid competition. But you never know who it's going to be. Oh, and a nice goal there to Ruli. Very nice response to that defensive position. So let's take a look at this. Gets cleared into the corner, but they're unable to make a follow-up on that kind of bounce back, and it's a nice bit of a center for Taruli to score on. Like I said, it's still early. There's still plenty of time for things to happen. I'd be very interested to see if Team Centering here can follow up on this game and stretch it out one more. You know, it's a best-of-5 series. They're down 2-0. But if they can make some plays happen here, they might be able to make things interesting. But right now, Team Rocket is trying to avoid that Doomsy. Very nice follow-through on Cole's setup. Let's watch this again. Fisho puts the ball onto one side. Cole centers it back, and Doomsy with a beautiful follow. That was actually a very lovely-looking goal. That is an example of teamwork at its finest, which Team Rocket does very well. No surprise there. I think we're all very familiar with Team Rocket these days. All right, Taruli tries to make a play on it, but Fisho says, nope, you know, you got to. It's all well and good. Oh, Doomsy tries the bicycle kick. Can't make it happen. Goes high off the crossbar. So right now, it's just, you know, there's not a whole lot else to say here. We're down to the final minute. They're down 4 goals. I don't expect to see anything happen. Make that 5 goals. Taruli is certainly trying his damnedest. Let's put it that way. He's really trying to make some defensive stops happen. Unfortunately, his timing is just slightly off. And that's happened a few times this series, where he's just not able to make a play happen. Oh, that's devastating. That is really unfortunate. Right off the kickoff, Taruli loses sight of center here and swerves just too far. And it goes straight in off the kickoff. That's not the kind of goal you want to give up. It really isn't. All right. Normal kickoff there. Let's get back into some solid action. Final minute of play. Cole kind of hanging out. I think still dealing with some lag issues. That I'm hoping that's not the theme of this tournament. I'm hoping that's not the thing that keeps Team Rocket from winning. Is, you know, weird little lag spikes or people, you know, being unable to finish the game for one reason or another. Cole holding down that corner very well, but even 2-on-3, Team Rocket is a formidable force. Let's look at this. So ignoring Cole, a good setup there by Faisho, comes off the wall, and Doomsy follows through with a great strike. Oh, hi. Car goes soaring by my camera. All right, kickoff again. Looking forward to the later games in this tournament, to be honest. I'm looking forward to seeing how these teams do it. All right, Cole is back in action. He held down that corner well on that play, though. All right, we fall back. I might... Pardon me if I swipe through the wall while trying to keep these shots in frame. I usually have a different approach when I'm casting my replays on ShoutStone. But it's all good. So that is it. Team Rocket, 3-0, takes the series in very convincing fashion. They are a very formidable squad. There is no denying that. So, what can we take away from that game series? Well, it was very early on in this tournament.